Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about how to identify the project worth investing your time or energy on. Now, a lot of us have had a list of different things that we'd like to do, and would say that, let's see, I like to be a dressmaker, I probably want to venture into art, or I like to bake and all of these things. But then again, you have one lifetime and you can do so many things. Sometimes we venture into certain things and then we get our fingers burnt, and we just find out that we did too many things and we excelled at nothing. And I, over time, found a way to decide what projects to drop and which projects were worth pursuing. Now, simple, let's start from this. What's your passion? What do you love to do effortlessly? What's that thing that burns inside of you and you know that without going to any kind of school or anything, you just can just find yourself doing that thing so easily? For some people it's makeup, some people it's just cooking, some people it's baking, and you'd find yourself even volunteering to do these things for free. That's how you start to narrow it down and say, okay, this is something I love to do naturally. So even when I dedicate an hour or an hour and a half or 30 minutes to it, I'm not going to feel like it's laboring me so much. Then other things that you need to think about is it visible? Remember we're talking about a side hustle that you can start and dedicate a few hours to, or some 30, 40 minutes to, and then you grow it simultaneously as you keep your 9 to 5, and then eventually you now pot. So is it visible? Is it something that you can start now, like start quickly, like just get to work and start without needing to go break the bank, get a loan, or get so many skilled people on your team, and then there's just so many government policies and things that can mitigate against this startup? If you tick that box and yes, it's feasible, then you now ask yourself, how persuasive is this? Is this something that when people hear that, oh, Sandra has started doing so and so thing, they're going to be like, oh, yeah. I like the vision, I like the direction. There's so much value she's going to give to me. In fact, why didn't she think about starting this much sooner? And you even probably would find one or two people that will be ready to partner with you to make this easy. Then is it dynamic? Because every time things change. Some businesses have folded up because the people who had vision didn't think about the future, and then there's no space for it in the future, and it's not something that you can fine tune and can metamorphose. So if this thing you're doing is something that over a period of certain years you can keep tweaking it, tuning it and fine tuning it, and it keeps evolving and evolving, then you're getting to tick another box. And then is it profitable? Who wants to do anything for nothing? Your time you're investing, some resources you're investing, even some people that you're bringing on board, they are investing something. At the end of this project, you should be able to say, oh, this is the return on investment. Now, in the business world, there's something called the SWOT analysis, where marketing experts will look at the strengths, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threats of this particular business that we have, that we are choosing to focus on. But for our level, because we're just beginning, we're just going to say, what are the challenges and what are the opportunities? If the challenges outweighs the opportunities, my dear, I don't think it's worth pursuing. But when you see that the opportunities are up here and the challenges are just, almost non-existent, then you can tick that box and you know that, yes, this is something worth pursuing. I always like to give a case in point or like some kind of reference. So let's say, let me think. Let's say my security guard, would like to have something that he could do on the side. And the neighbor in number 1 and number 3, have dogs, have pet dogs, little poodle dogs, and nobody's ever at home and they have to go to work. And they're always worried like, oh my God, who's going to take care of these puppies or something? And my guard says, tell you what, I could do that for you. Just bring the whatever it is, the kennel, the food, and all of that. My boss gets to leave home at 7. She gets back at 6 o'clock in the evening. You leave home at 8 o'clock and get back at 4 o'clock. So I can do that for you for some extra money. Now, when he thinks about it, is it feasible? Yeah, he doesn't need to invest so much. Is it dynamic? Yes, he could. You could tweak it around and say, okay, you know what? Bring the cage, bring this, bring that. It's. You get the sense of where I'm trying to go. It might not be the personality, but yeah, So, and then is it profitable? Yes, it's going to make money off it. And what are the challenges? The challenges are not so much because I'm not going to mind. I mean, I'm not going to mind. And then the opportunities are just that it's going to be able to make some extra cash. So, guys, before you start any kind of business, think about certain things. You don't want to start and then halfway you just abandon ship because it's just not working for you and it's taking too much time, taking too much resources. You're just hitting all these brick walls and you get frustrated. So once you can check all these boxes, you're gonna have yourself a banger. So until we speak again, let's keep doing this. And if you like this video, please just like, subscribe, bell, and then I'll see you